Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that, let's be honest, affects literally every single one of us. I mean, did you know the average person spends over a quarter of their waking life just staring at a screen? That's huge. So we're going to break down the sneaky impacts of all this excessive screen time. And more importantly, we're going to explore some super practical, totally actionable steps so we can actually reclaim our focus, our energy, and our time. Let's get right into it.
Take a quick second and really reflect on your own digital habits. Is technology actually working for you as a tool that makes your day better? Or is it kind of just quietly draining away your hours without you even realizing it? Finding that sweet spot, that healthy, intentional balance, that's really the core theme of our explainer today. Here's our roadmap for the day. We're going to look at the screen time dilemma, physical health and eyesight, reclaiming our sleep quality, mental well-being and focus, rebuilding face-to-face relationships, and finally, creativity and intentional balance. Okay, Section 1, the screen time dilemma. Moving right along to Section 2, physical health and eyesight. So look, when we spend hours glued to a game or just endlessly scrolling, the physical toll is real. Since our bodies aren't burning energy by moving around, we end up storing those excess calories. And you know the drill. That leads to weight gain, terrible posture. We're all doing the smartphone slump, right? And even a higher risk for stuff like type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. But if we just swap out a fraction of that screen time with, say, a walk outside or playing some sports, boom, you get these amazing immediate cardiovascular benefits, and you're actually strengthening your muscles. And hey, beyond our muscles and heart, we really need to talk about our eyes. Our eyes literally were not designed to stare at bright screens all day long. Actually, fun fact, when you're looking at a screen, your blink rate plummets by up to 60%. Crazy, right? This is exactly what leads directly to digital eye strain. We're talking dry, irritated eyes, blurry vision, tension headaches, which is super common for students or anyone stuck in an office, just reading documents and doing assignments online all day. Luckily, there's a really practical fix here. Just try building this super easy habit into your routine. Every 20 minutes, just look away from your screen. Seriously, look at something else. Letting your eyes relax and refocus on something off in the distance is a total game changer. It significantly reduces that fatigue, protects your vision, and honestly, just keeps your eyes so much more comfortable throughout the day. All right, Section 3, reclaiming sleep quality. Oh man, we all know this damaging cycle, right? You tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna sleep at 10:30 tonight. But then you decide to watch just one more video. Well, that screen is blasting blue light right into your eyes. And that blue light, it directly suppresses melatonin, which is the exact hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. So now it's 11 p.m. and your brain is wide awake, even though your body is completely exhausted. Suddenly it's 12:30 a.m. and yep, you're still scrolling. The next morning, total exhaustion. You can't focus in class or at work. And over time, this kind of chronic sleep deprivation seriously weakens your immune system. So here's the fix. Removing screens entirely before bed is honestly one of the absolute best, most practical steps you can take. By just ditching that blue light, you allow your melatonin levels to rise naturally, and that means you're reclaiming that deep sleep, lowering your everyday stress levels, and protecting your health in the long run. Which brings us to Section 4, mental well-being and focus. Let's talk about social media for a second because it really traps us in this vicious cycle of comparison. You know how it is. People mostly just post their happiest moments or carefully edited highlight reels. And when we compare our messy, everyday reality to those totally unrealistic ideals, well, naturally, it tanks our self-esteem. It triggers feelings of being left out. And for a lot of people, especially teenagers and young adults, constantly checking for comments and notifications builds this intense emotional dependence on likes. It absolutely fuels anxiety and depression when that expected validation just doesn't show up. It also fundamentally changes how our brains work. Think about it. Digital platforms use endless scrolling and super short videos to literally train our brains to crave constant stimulation. It completely shatters our attention spans. If you're constantly bouncing between homework, a text thread, and a video, tasks just take way longer. We really have to be intentional here. We need to proactively limit these digital interruptions so we can rebuild the patience and the raw concentration that's required for deep learning and tackling big long-term projects. Let's move on to Section 5, rebuilding face-to-face relationships. I mean, we've all seen this, right? Maybe we've even been this family, physically sitting together in the same room, but everybody is just silently scrolling, completely distracted by notifications. It's wild because you can have thousands of online followers and still feel totally, completely socially isolated. Real, Genuine connection, that takes eye contact. It takes open body language, active listening, and sharing an actual experience. Things a screen simply cannot give us. To combat this, I highly recommend setting some physical boundaries for our devices. Try creating a few dedicated screen-free zones in your home, like making the dining table a phone-free area. By doing something that simple, you guarantee that you are prioritizing actual human connection and meaningful conversation over a bunch of virtual notifications. And finally, Section 6, creativity and intentional balance.
Look, passively consuming content all afternoon might feel entertaining in the moment, but honestly, it leaves almost zero room for imagination or problem solving or real personal growth. Remember what free time looked like before we all had smartphones in our pockets? People were doing hands-on stuff, reading an actual physical book, playing outside, learning a musical instrument, or drawing. If you can replace even a small amount of your screen time with one of these new hands-on creative hobbies, it does wonders. It boosts your confidence, lowers your stress, and gives you this profound sense of accomplishment that a social media feed could never give you.
So bringing it all together for this explainer, the core message here is that technology itself is definitely not the enemy. Not at all. It gives us incredible opportunities for education and communication. The real challenge, and the true solution, lies in finding an intentional balance. Using our devices purposefully, rather than just mindlessly reacting to them, is absolutely the key to a fulfilling life. I want to leave you with this one final provocative thought. Take a look at your own daily routine. What is the one single digital habit you are going to change today so you can reclaim your time? Are you going to try that 20-minute eye break? Maybe leave your phone completely out of the bedroom tonight? Just pick one. Take some immediate, positive action and start getting your life back. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go out there and enjoy the real world.